Hey everyone, this is Retro Gamer Ranting. How are you guys doing? I'm doing fine. I just want to do a quick pickups video for you. Not a really big one, just mostly 3 things, and only 2 of them are game related. I got this like a few weeks ago when I went out of town briefly, and I went to a kind of a resale shop kind of thing. Not really resale, it's just one of those places where they have movies and videos and just t-shirts and stuff like that, and so it was a new place, and I'm like, cool, I'm going to go in there. And I just happened to have a buy 2 get 1 free sale on their video games and stuff like that, and movies, and so I bought 2 games and got a movie for my son, and that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to start off right now with the movie that I got, which is, you know, not just for my son. These are all fun and stuff too. This is The Muppets Take Manhattan, which is Jim Henson Entertainment. This is pre-Disney takeover. This is 80s, I think. Let me take a look in here. Oh, of course, this got re-released in 2000, I think 1984 or something like that. This is an old movie, but it's a good one. I remember watching this as a kid. My son recently went to see the recent Muppets movie with his grandparents, and so he was just fresh off of that, and when we were at that store, we saw this because we're looking around, we're like, we should get a movie, you know, since it's buy 2 get 1 free, we should get a movie for our little boy, and this is what we found, and he likes it. So that's the movie we got. So not game related, but still fun because you can't go wrong with Muppets. I loved the Muppets growing up, and I'm glad my son's enjoying the new stuff. So moving on to the games, this is actually the most expensive one I got there, which I found to be fascinating. This one was about $10, $9.99. This is King of Fighters Maximum Impact for the PS2, and it's pretty cool. I've always been a really big King of Fighters fan, and I never got to play the 3D when they decided to try their hand at 3D. They have since went back to 2D, but you don't hear much about this one. I do remember it got some fairly decent reviews, but you know, the problem is with King of Fighters, it's always sort of been living in the shadow of Capcom's fighting games, but it has a very steady and loyal fighting game community, and the mechanics to it I think are a little more complex than most Street Fighter games and stuff like that. But then again, I'm not a fighting game expert. I am by no means a fighting game expert, but I've always been a fan of the King of Fighters series, so I was kind of hyped to see that, in fact. But this looks pretty cool. I have yet to actually play it, though. I'll tell you why. You see this big beast computer monitor back here? This is where all my old classic consoles used to be hooked up to. You can't really see. You can kind of see the N64 and the Dreamcast is still there, and the Sega Saturn's on the bottom, but it used to actually have everything there. It used to have my GameCube, my PS2 hooked to it. I don't even know how I had such a weird rig up of consoles to that thing, but I had the Xbox hooked up to it as well. So I eventually ended up getting a flat screen television, a big flat screen television to put down in my basement, my bar in my basement. And so of course the whole idea of being like, oh cool, I can play my games on a big screen now, I transferred most of those consoles down to my basement. I'm just too lazy to bring it up, and so I've been way too busy just doing stuff. I haven't been able to get down and play, and anytime I do have time to myself, I end up vegging out on my computer, or so, you know, I just gonna have to suck it up and either just go down, play some of these with that. But I heard it's a good game. I'm a big fan of fighting games. Not good at fighting games. I'm a big fan of it. Interesting cover. It's not really a fighting game cover. It's just like, ooh, look, a tattoo. But of course, you look on the back, you have the gratuitous girl with cleavage. You always got to have that in a fighting game for some odd reason. You have, of course, KO, and I don't think you see that, but KO and Iori Yamagachi, or whatever that, my 2 favorite characters. Iori is my favorite King of Fighter character. In fact, the first character I made on Terraria is, I named him Iori, and I gave him the Iori hair and colors and stuff like that. So that stuff, and so yeah, so I'm really excited about this, and plus at the same time I'm waiting for someone to come over to play the game with me, because it's one of those things where when you have a fighting game, you want to play against someone. Unfortunately, a majority of my friends don't play fighting games, so I have to wait until someone comes over to play it. But that's that. Next one, this one I almost didn't get. This is one of those games I see everywhere, but I never get. But I finally, this one was only $5, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. And this is Red Steel 2, which made by I think the same people, but has story-wise nothing to do with Red Steel 1, which was a launch title for the Wii. And again, my Wii is downstairs, so I haven't had a chance to play this yet, but I'm excited to. And this is one of the very few third-party games that uses the Wii Motion Plus adapter. You had to have it in order to play it. So, yeah, see? Wii Motion Plus. Very few even first-party titles for Nintendo even had Wii Motion Plus stuff. So, yeah. But this looked really exciting back in the day. It kind of reminded me of, recently I played Shadow Warrior, the new one, and I was playing that, and I just remember from watching trailers and gameplay footage and actually getting to play it briefly way back when, that it kind of reminded me of that, because there's a lot of swordplay in Shadow Warrior, just not motion controls. I'm not sure if I'm going to be a fan of the motion controls. Apparently this was a really, really good game, an underrated game. I don't know if it sold very well, considering the fact that I can find copies of this everywhere, but every time I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to buy it, I'm going to get something else. But this time I'm like, you know what? No. Every time I pick this game up, I'm going to buy it. The funny thing was, the game in my hand, another game that I keep picking up and I'm going to buy, but I never do, was Mercenaries 2. For the Xbox. Everywhere I go, I seem to be able to find that. I always pick it up with the intention of buying it, and I always set it down and get something else. And in this case, it was between two games that I always pick up with the intention of buying, and I always set down because I buy something else. But this time, Red Steel 2 won, so I'm really excited about this one. I don't know if you can see that, but the art style looks really sweet. It's a kind of a comic booky, drawn out thing, and there's some really sweet cutscenes in it. Just look up some trailers online. I mean, just... This game looked good for a Wii game, and the fact that it actually was bold enough to use the Wii Motion Plus, which I personally thought when the Wii came out, when the Wii Motion Plus came out, it should just all of a sudden became standard. I know that wouldn't have been fair to a lot of people who didn't own Wii Motion Plus, but I think they should have just said, hey, all you third-party developers making games for Wii, and all us first-party developers, the Wii Motion Plus is now standard. You know, because I think it worked, and I think it still works, and if it was optimized properly, then you get awesome games like this. So I can't wait to try it out. I know it got some great reviews, very underrated, a lot better than its predecessor, which was Red Steel 1, which I played that, and all the controls, it was a good-looking game, but the controls were really horrid in this, but that's what Wii Motion Plus. So there you go. That was my 3 quick pickups, you know, right there for you. A fighting game, a first-person shooter/samurai game, and a movie about a frog. Kermit the Frog here. Best I could do. So, thanks a lot. Those are my quick pickups. Hopefully I'll have some more in the future, something like that, but I figured, hey, you know, why not? But, yeah, if you like this, please make sure to leave a like and tell your friends about it and share, because it will get my videos out there for other people to enjoy as well, and that puts a smile on my face. Till next time, game fans, keep playing, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.